We have growing consumption of water due to population growth, economic development, and uneven distribution of the water resources, uneven distribution of economical resources. This shows the estimated water market development. We are here today, and that's the prognosis of 2025. By the way, last year when there was a recession, if you followed what was the price of oil, energy, water, water was the only one growing up the unit price steadily, also during last year. We are moving from end-of-pipe technology to clean tech, new technologies for closed circulation, zero emissions, renewable energy, material efficiency. So environmental technology is becoming today true business. A few challenges. Agriculture is using over 70% of world's water. Industry uses 20% of world water. Pulp and paper, mining, steel, energy, oil. We need more water-efficient process solutions. And then about 10% of world water consumption is municipal water. We have aging infra in developed countries, some problems in developing countries with wastewater treatment and also clean water production. We don't have energy-efficient desalination technologies.
One of those, of course, is solid waste and the recycling of solid waste. I mean, this whole area about, waste has been, people of dealing with waste have used a funny mindset. You need to have the same mindset as a mining company, right? Mining companies do exactly what waste companies should do. They dig up a lot of dirt from the earth. It contains lots of rubbish that they don't want. They separate these things out, they treat it, and hey presto, they arrive back at what they want. Waste is exactly the same. It's about how do we extract from waste what we want. And there are lots of stuff in it. For example, fruit and vegetable waste is a fantastic source of high-value chemicals that we can extract with smart processes. So we will see a dramatic shift in waste treatment, where waste treatment will become a raw material industry in great areas. And we see a number of examples of how you do these things, and it's all moving now from pilot situations in laboratories out to field applications. So this whole area where we produced soil-enhancing fertilizer from waste is going to disappear. We will make much more sophisticated activities around these things. We have, of course, this interesting scenario where we have vehicle-to-grid concept. In other words, electric cars becomes a storage unit for electricity that can then off-balance the grid. So when you put it back in, it actually becomes a stored source of electricity to balance a smart grid. And that is actually quite a number of the critical issues when you work around smart grid, how to balance it over time, and where you can define distributed storage units. And cars are brilliant distributed storage units in that sense. So there's some interesting issues around that concept that's coming along. And of course there are issues that then kept to that links to that, like intelligent charges. I spoke about grid stabilization. There's periodic load compensation. There's a whole host of issues around that. So when you develop an electric vehicle, it's not only the technology in the vehicle itself, it's the systemic impact of numerous vehicles into an electric grid system, which is very, very important to take into account. And we see a lot of these things. People will not change their willingness to want to go where they want to go, when they want to go. So mobility will still be there. So what we have to do is supply some form of way of doing it, which is much more energy efficient and much more resource efficient than before.